So you can see where my crowd control is having effect. So he's using life drain, I believe, yeah, and very effectively. So let's get this guy to heal us up.
That is what a Jedi can do.
And I'll get back onto my stasis.
What?
And do I have night speed? We better. And she doesn't have enough juice left. He does.
What is it?
So we basically just have to continue.
That is what a Jedi can do.
And hopefully we can get ahead of him. One more. And we've lost Jolie. That's alright. Okay, he's gone. So now if I'm careful, we can continue with the stasis field, and these guys should be a piece of cake. Like so. So you can see a bit more difficult because he kept sucking the life out of us, very literally.
And you need?
A little healing. And double-bladed lightsaber. I don't know if that's any better than the one that Bastila has, but is that it? These guys have any loot? Nope. And I think Juhani can do some full-on healing for us. Used up all of her juice, though. All right.
And you need?
There we go.
Sure.
Good to go. So I think you're getting the idea of how the consular can be played very effectively. Just by avoiding some major fighting and just be there as crowd control. So I don't know where the other guy went. Where was the whiny guy? Oh well, he'll find his way up.
You've returned. I was beginning to fear that you too might have been lost. Did you find out what had happened down there at the facility?
The Selkath went, well, both. The Selkath, your construction woke something up.
Something was down there? Living in the rift by the Kolto?
A giant Phyraxan shark that drove all the Selkath insane.
That's horrible. The entire operation wasted by a disaster we could never in 1,000 years have foreseen. What has happened to the facility itself? Were there any survivors?
A few scientists have survived.
Well, that's good to know. Good to know indeed. But what has happened to the facility? Was it damaged?
The harvesting machine was destroyed.
No, that is terrible. That will set our work back years. It may even cost us the war. While I am glad that you were able to solve our problems, the cost may have ended up being much too high. But you have done your job and helped us in our time of need. And for that I thank you. Oh, and did you end up finding your star map?
Yes, I did.
As you can see, by helping us, you helped yourself. Perhaps we can work together again in the future.
So, let's see. No obvious light side points or anything there. And I don't recall that I've ever followed the path where I could poison the sharks. That just didn't sit well with me, so I avoided it. Again, if somebody wants to put a spoiler and say what happens in that case, how much it changes this, you're welcome to do so. Ah, this could be interesting. Stop, human! we have detected a number of underwater detonations coming from the vicinity of the Hrakert Rift. You have been known to have asked questions about this, and our spy monitors in the Republic Embassy have recorded you leaving a submersible that descended to the Hrakert Rift. You will come with us immediately to answer for your actions, or you will be forced to take you by force. Very well, I will come peacefully. Why are those guys so hard to read? So another one of these discussions again? But if they can do that, the whole system could. Silence! This is not for outsiders to hear. Well, human, you find yourself in a most difficult situation. The Hrakert Rift is the most precious resource on Manan, and everything that threatens it, or the KotOR it produces, threatens our entire species. We will not tolerate threats to our neutrality, our existence, and our way of life. As much as we admire your republic and your order in particular, I believe that you will have a hard time explaining your role in this incident adequately. We have determined that you are responsible for the detonations that occurred near the Hrakert Rift. We demand to know what occurred down there. The Republic has broken its neutrality treaty with us. The repercussions shall be very grave indeed. What have you done to the rift? Let's see. The explosions were at the research station both of our governments set up there. Research station? What are you talking about? Don't try to lie to us, human. We know of this. What? It will be discussed later. This cannot be kept silent. The council will hear nothing of this, and you will keep your silence or be ejected from the court. But we cannot silence. Oh, it worked. What has happened at the research station? What caused the explosions? The machinery had woken up a giant Phyraxian shark. A giant Phyraxian? Could it be? Impossible. It is only a legend. But he said he killed it, didn't he? You killed this shark, human? I didn't kill the shark. I destroyed the machinery to save it. The progenitor. Progenitor, I even know what this word is. The progenitor. Be quiet, that is merely a myth, and it's not fit for outsiders to hear. But it was the life-bringer, the ancestor of our species. Think of what this could mean. If it always laired there, then perhaps the KotOR. Enough! Off-worlders are not to hear of such things. But he said he saved it. He destroyed the harvesters to save it. Indeed, this casts your actions in a new light, human. This, I believe, will require more thought, both on your actions and what we must do to respond. The court will adjourn while we deliberate. We have reviewed your actions and the situation, human. We thank you for the destruction of the machinery and saving the giant Phyraxian, which we believe is the source of our KotOR, or at least its guardian. We will not detain you any longer. While we cannot show you gratitude overtly, know that you have earned our respect. The trial is now over. Okay, so with much fanfare and... Hello? Fanfare? Fanfare? Anybody? Well, there's gratitude for you. Even my friends are staying in court while I walk away. Ah, here they come. Well, you know what? If I can figure out how to go through this doorway, I think we're pretty much, at last, wrapped up here. Was there anything we needed to do in this area? What was he? Ah, have you news for me, human? Have you discovered why the Republic is hiring mercenaries? Yes, they're sending them down to a secret base on the Hrakert Rift. This is kind of out of order, isn't it? The Hrakert Rift? It is as I feared. Though the Republic is fortunate, I was the one to assign to investigate this, human. Allow me to be blunt with you. If I report this violation to my superiors, the Republic will be banned from Manan. I do not wish to do this. I see the Sith for what they truly are, ruthless and evil. The Republic has always respected our independence. But if they fall, the Sith will be quick to send an invasion fleet to conquer Manan. But I simply cannot ignore the Republic has done. The Hrakert Rift is the source of Manan's KotOR, and I fear the science station may damage production of the delicate resource.
You think the Republic is trying to steal the KotOR, perhaps? An odd thing for the Republic to do, no?
You must tell the Republic to stop this madness at once. Make them shut down the facility and recall their people before they do something we all regret. They couldn't. They had lost contact with the science facility. Of course, I should have realized doubtless they were hiring mercenaries to investigate the situation, but I fear mercenaries alone may not be enough to save this station. There are ancient mysteries within the Racket Rift that even Selkath do not comprehend. I fear the Republic has awakened something that was best left undisturbed. They awoke a creature which fed on the KotOR. The Republic harvesting has stopped. Well, it's all of these. A creature feeding on the KotOR? There are many mysteries of the Rift that we have never known, and that could be one of them. The Republic building disturbed it, no doubt. What has happened to this creature? The creature is alive. It is a most unexpected development, but one that will warrant investigation at a later time. Perhaps the Republic and the Selkath may eventually solve. I will keep our conversation secret, so that the vile Sith will not gain from the Republic's foolishness. I only hope my silence does not lead to disaster for Manan. Here is a payment I promised you. And now I must take my leave, human. My superiors are expecting a full report from me, and there is much I must do to ensure they cannot uncover the Republic's actions. Okay, so clearly we should have talked to him much earlier, but it worked out nonetheless. And I think the rest of this is pretty much wrapped up. Quick check in the notes. Candra's, Juhani, Mission's brother, Jolie. Quest for the Star Forge. You've discovered another ancient star map beneath the oceans of Manan. As before, the map is incomplete, but each map you find fills more missing pieces of the puzzle. Hopefully once you find all the star maps, they will give you the location of the Star Forge. And there's Juhani's threat. Swoop races, Sand People. The Sand People chieftain has surprised what you returned with evaporators. He will reduce the frequency of the attacks against the Zerka. Take the Gaffy to the Zerka office in Anchorhead. Well, we're heading back there anyway to talk to Mission's brother. So we'll remember to hand in that Gaffy stick, or at least I'll try. Even though you've arranged... Oh, yes, that's the guy in the swoop races on Tatooine. Oh, probably not going to bother with that. I am incompetent with a swoop bike. So, let's head back to the ship. So, we only had one old man murdered. That's the only choice that you could argue to do differently. But I kind of like the choice I chose. If I did it slightly different, it would probably be have him commuted to life sentence. But hey, he did murder that lady. So the ship... Oh, I keep forgetting I can do this as well. Get us there somewhat quicker. You don't have to listen to me drone on and on and on until I'm foaming at the mouth and falling over backwards. Oh, somebody didn't keep up. Man, how far back were you?
Yes.
Holy cow, come on. What'd you do? Stop to buy some shoes? And back to our ship, which I believe is down here. And if that 100 credits went well, the ship will be free of those little bouncy creatures. Giska. That's what they're called. Yes, we know, we know. Camera's deactivated. Yes, yes, yes. Alright. So that was very successful and a very lengthy series of quests. And did we get any other decent crystals? Genurax, what is this? Cancel, cancel. I don't want to equip it. So, blaster bolt deflection +5. Bonus to energy. Sorry, excuse me while I take a drink. Luxem. Oh, this is a bonus to droids. That could be quite useful. But I think, well, I'll leave what I have for now. It seems to be serving me well. Double-bladed lightsaber. Let's see, Jahani. Let's get her sort of specialized. There, now she's 1 to 6 for droid, critical threat attack, blaster bolt. Yeah. So Jahani has kind of a specialized setup. I think that's Jahani. That might be Jolie, but I think this is Jolie. Anyway, one of them will have a specialized lightsaber now.
My KotOR bloods. He.
Yes, okay. And, oh, I thought... Where does Jolie? We have never talked to Jolie in the ship. Where does he stand? Oh, he might be in the medical bay. That's another room. Ah, yeah, there he is.
Got something on your mind, do you?
Ah, you never actually did say why you decided to come with me.
No, I never did I?
You know you don't have to. You know I don't have to take you with me.
Of course you do. I know things, remember? You think you could make it around this part of the galaxy without me? But don't answer that. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on.
Move on to where?
To bed. I'm old and tired, you know.
No, really.
How many kilometer-high trees can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I'd bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters in the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah, those tack screechy things would have driven me nuts. You could do that on your own.
So I could. Well, not having a ship does tend to put a damper on that kind of idea, however. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued.
You know what my destiny is. What interest do you have in my future?
Of course not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from clear.
How
In
convenient.
fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you. But, I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion out.